We all have busy lives and might like to unwind watching our favourite creators online. Often, influencers vlog their lifestyles, usually light-hearted exuberance on clothes, skincare and travel. However, there is a new and very sinister video trend, which is "come get an abortion with me" experience. We've swapped personal responsibility in a bid to be popular. The glorified promotion of abortion online is sold as freedom of choice, leading to the notion of it being cool. Since when does everything need to be blogged, especially killing? It's time to call out the promotion of abortion as sociable or fashionable. It is sinister to promote the killing of your baby as a normal activity. Creators on TikTok are vlogging their trips to the abortion centre or popping the pills along with their early morning rises. They gleefully do their "get ready with me" video clips to showcase their outfits before they head into the abortion centre. Some even film in the abortion centre and, to top it off, even tag their doctor to give them recognition. To add insult to injury, a MSI clinic in Bristol received a so-called outstanding award for their service. If people truly saw abortion for what it is, the taking of an innocent, precious life, and understood its real impact on human lives, they would soon trade their desire for online attention and following for the protection of the most innocent among us. I'm Catherine Mokler, and this is my Viewpoint. Children shouldn't be seen as an accident, yet we have these influencers in search for clicks promote the killing of their offspring online without thinking of the consequences of promoting a lifestyle that includes abortion. We shouldn't have to kill unborn children, then fit them into a content creation strategy that blocks their existence only to end it in a few moments and place the story in a reel or short online. The promotion of abortion as another routine procedure is extremely detrimental for young women and promotes the lie that it is just a simple, consequence-free procedure. We know that abortion causes many harmful effects. A 2009 Finnish analysis of over 42,000 women found 20% reported adverse events, including 16% reported suffering a hemorrhage. A 2023 Canadian study of nearly 40,000 patients showed 10% seeking emergency care, while a 2015 California review noted over 5% facing incomplete abortions, bleeding, infections, or the need for surgical intervention, often downplayed as minor by researchers. However, the media and influencers constantly glamorise abortion, and what is all the more appalling is that the baby has no right to exist when held in opposition to a woman's independence. At the root of this philosophy is a blatant dehumanisation of a child, all the while associating abortion with successful, so-called admirable individuals. We seem to downplay the reality of the slaughter of more than 300,000 unborn babies in the UK, while we put on pyjamas and pour another matcha for ourselves, recording it all. A study carried out in 2025, conducted by Whitestone Insight, polled over 2,000 people and revealed a disconnect between the British public and Parliament. Only 16% of surveyed adults believe that abortion should be decriminalised, as proposed by Dame Diana Johnson's amendment to the Criminal Justice Bill. 29% said they did not know or preferred not to say. The UK is a democracy that continues to find the act of abortion over 24 weeks to be unsafe, abhorrent and unacceptable. Parliament has a duty to uphold that democracy and ensure that UK's laws are enforced. People have ultimately seen through the false claims of abortion ideologues who seek the complete decriminalisation of abortion. Abortion seems to be seen as the accessory of choice for social media visibility instead of protecting the value of life. We see the breakdown of these women's routines.
Get ready with me to have a medication abortion. I don't think most people know they can get abortion pills in all 50 states. Yes, even states like Texas. They're safe, effective, and normal. Over half of all abortions in the US are done using abortion pills, and 1 in every 4 people who can't get pregnant will have at least one abortion in their lifetime. Since this is a self-managed abortion, I want to make sure I'm as comfortable and prepared as possible, like shopping for pads and panty liners, easy to make meals, pulling out my heating pad, and loading up my favorite movie. If you can, I suggest taking a sick day on the day you take the second set of pills and telling a close friend or family member. To get prepared and find all the resources I needed, I visited plancpills.org.
They carry out these so-called self-care acts, yet none will suffice for the loss of their baby. Abortion advocates promote it as truly a way of solving all of their problems. However, I've spoken to many women who suffer from grief as a result of their abortion, which isn't often talked about. Thankfully, women are willing to come on our channel and share their story, which is in stark contrast to what you are seeing in these lifestyle videos where women take snacks after the pills and cozy in bed after killing their offspring. But the reality is much more harrowing, as a young woman who has experienced a home abortion explained.
I remember the time, it was like 5 a.m. When it first started happening. It feels like, really, in the grand scheme of things, the physical pain's nothing. It's nothing to do with that, but I know people are going to want to know whether it's painful. Of course it's painful. And then I just remember, it feels like you're being stabbed in the stomach. And I had to be quiet because my mum was in the house, obviously a sister. I didn't want to wake anyone up. And I remember just kind of somehow like getting to the toilet. It's unbearable, the pain. And that's when I passed my baby. And like I looked down and I saw him, like it wasn't like a heavy period. It was like a baby. And like I looked down and I just looked up and I can't look anymore. I've gone into my bedroom, I've thrown up again. I'm taking all of these codeines, but they're just coming up. And then I just laid in my bed and I was just bleeding through the mattress. And I just laid there for about 3 days on my own.
Natalia's story is a much closer reflection of the bloody, brutal reality of a pills by post abortion. Natalia is not alone. More than 54,000 women in England have been admitted to the NHS hospitals for treatment following complications linked to abortion pills since the government introduced pills by post in 2020. Analysis of official data from NHS England and the Office for Health Improvement and Disparities shows that 1 in 17 women who manage their abortion at home require hospital care for incomplete abortions or other serious side effects. Data from FOI requests to NHS ambulance services indicate that on average, 36 women make 999 calls every month seeking medical assistance for complications arising from the taking of abortion pills. The policy is impossible to regulate. A mystery client investigation found that fake aliases were able to obtain pills without identity checks or having to provide NHS numbers. Despite the scale of the problem, neither the government nor abortion providers report these figures annually, leaving many women unaware of the risks they face. NHS data published in September 2025 showed that 12,140 women were admitted to hospital for abortion-related complications in 2024 and 2025 alone, following a steady year-on-year rise since the scheme's launch. No matter what the routine may be, every child has an intrinsic right to life. Abortion is the largest human rights violation in the world. A new one for me is women tagging online their actual doctors after their abortion, carrying out a simple tag of their doctor for the recognition of what has taken place, the abortion which ends the life of an unborn baby. It distorts the viewers from a serious issue, which is the killing of an unborn baby. Now the killers are being credited in the captions. If people truly saw what happens in an abortion, most would be horrified, from the starvation and expulsion of the baby through the pills and the tearing apart of body parts in a surgical abortion. Airing out your doctor's details after your abortion speaks volumes about the virtue signalling performance that you are giving. We also recently saw the staff of MSI Abortion Clinic in Bristol be featured in the press for their so-called outstanding efforts in killing preborn children. It was an eerie photo where women were championed for killing preborn babies between June 2024 and June 2025, where 2,048 early medical abortions and 962 surgical abortions were carried out by them. It's frankly a national disgrace that this is even being highlighted with an award, and it's shameful that other women have to be so anti-woman to offer women young and old the only solution of killing their unborn children for them. This type of content is another attempt to normalise abortion, all in a bid to have suave content that is clickable. Here at SPUC, we are amplifying women's full stories. We share the full reality, including risks and the emotional impact of abortion. This is how we combat the narrative that all women feel great or empowered after having an abortion, as portrayed in these earlier videos. How would we feel if any other medical procedure was glamorised? If more people understood the beauty of unborn life developing, it would be an eye-opener. I encourage others to share their testimonies from women who regret their abortions, women who felt pressured. The key is to show the seriousness of the harm of abortion. Empowerment cannot come from taking the life of an innocent child.